Good afternoon. I'm Scott Solembrino, and I'm here at Chicago's McCormick Place, coming to you live from the GBTA convention. Joining me today is Tobias Ragge. Thank you for being here, Tobias.
Thank you very much for hosting me.
We're thrilled to have you here in the States with us. So, at HRS, what are the key trends you're seeing in the hotel negotiations as companies try to get their programs in place for 2020?
Well, when looking at our mass of customers we're serving today, roughly a third of all the Fortune 500 companies, we've been basically seeing three major trends. First is the companies want to outsource the hotel program management due to the complexity of an end-to-end process. This means they're not more concerned about just RFP management, but they really want to make sure that the programs which are being negotiated are really making it into the reality of their program. This means auditing, but it also means continuously policing it and changing dynamically the program over and over again. Second trend we've been seeing is that there's a big convergence now coming from transient meetings and groups, candidate travel, and project business, where corporates are saying and understanding we need to consolidate all of that spend in order to have a better leverage with the hotel partners, but also to make sure they focus on more strategic partnerships and driving also better experience for the travelers. And last, I would say it's more a tactical dimension of what we're seeing when we're thinking about things like chain-wide discounts, which seem to have made a big foray into the industry. But quite frankly, I think it has become also a fact that they are more being used and widely adopted for secondary and tertiary markets, but not as a replacement for the primary markets.
Well, that's great. I mean, you people are obviously making progress in the marketplace. I mean, you people have always believed that there's a lot of advances in payment technology, and it holds to potentially have a dramatic improved hotel program compliance. Might you tell us a little bit more about that? The payment side is of real interest to our members.
Well, I think the industry has also been traditionally very much focusing on the booking experience piece. So nobody took a lot of effort to optimize the back-end process, the payment solutions, the integrations into the expense. And when we did a survey with GBTA together, we found that 88% of the travelers would rather prefer to stay with a preferred program hotel if it was centrally paid for than working outside of the program when they have to pay on their own behalf, payment on departure. So we looked into this much more tactically and strategically, and we built a solution which is an end-to-end solution which will cover anything which is based around virtual credit card usage to pay for hotels, and make sure that we're not only paying for them, but we're also reconciliating all of the expenditures, we're reconciling all of the hotel invoices, and when we're digitizing these invoices to level 3 data. This data depth now leads us to help the corporate to understand more what the travelers are doing and also optimizing the program. And so with this new automated payment flow, we've been able to reduce the Maverick spend by 23%, which is quite significant.
That is great. I mean, you work with a growing number of Fortune 500 companies around the globe, and one of your programs is Siemens, that signed on in a unique end-to-end approach to the hotel program and how they manage it. Why do you think your approach is better than the marketplace?
Well, I think they also saw that there's a need for something different because our industry has been historically bad at driving adoption. We have 60% leakage in corporate lodging nowadays as a global average. So something needed to be changed. And this is where they said we want somebody who has not only the proprietary technology, but also the data models, and is able to integrate an end-to-end process from sourcing through the booking to the payment into another external booking solution, which in their case was Concur, and making this end-to-end seamless available, and then giving them a commitment that we can deliver on savings. And if we're not delivering that, we're willing to pay penalties. So putting our money where our mouth is. I think that was very convincing to them and got a lot of more interest from other corporates.
And boy, is that unique in this industry, to put your money where your mouth is. Good for you. Well, with that, I want to thank you for joining me in the studio today. And I'm Scott Solembrino, live from the GBTA broadcast studio. Thank you very much for tuning in today.